to react to our absolutely awful Champions League predictions. And then we're going to be predicting the knockouts.
I'm here with Ro16.
You're on my channel.
On this channel. If you haven't already, can you please subscribe to my channel? I could go. If you give me just 10 more subscribers, 11 is basically 10, I can go live, just like him.
Okay. So we're going to start out by reacting to our Champions League group stage predictions. And I have not looked at these predictions since we made this live stream. So you're going to be seeing my live reaction to these predictions. Time to see how absolutely poorly these will age. And then after that, we'll be predicting the round of 16. So here's how the point system is going to work. For every club you get in the right position, that's a point. For each group you get 100% correct, that's a bonus point. So you can get a maximum of 40 points. I'm hoping for at least 15. At least.
The only thing I can remember is my Group A predictions, which I didn't trust in Man United. I didn't trust in Man United. I didn't
trust in Man United, but I trusted in them too. I thought I didn't trust in them, but apparently I trusted them too much.
Where did you have them finishing?
Where
did you have them finishing?
Let's go ahead.
Where did you have them finishing?
And look at these predictions.
I'm
going to play this video now. Bayern, Man United, FC Copenhagen, and Galatasaray. So that's the actual game. What do you think?
The UCL draw reaction is live.
Yeah. So, what do you think? How do you think this group is going to turn out? Start from fourth. We're going to go up.
I think it's going to be Copenhagen, Galatasaray, Man United, Bayern.
Same here. I'm going for Copenhagen, Galatasaray, Man United, and Bayern.
I thought I said Galatasaray.
Yeah, we both had Galatasaray putting up a fight for second, which was true, but we both get 2 points from this group. I don't think either of us were expecting Copenhagen to be as good as they were, and especially Man United to be that bad.
I wasn't.
They only beat Copenhagen because of a last-minute penalty.
So let me go back
from
to
Onana, and Harry Maguire being the greatest player in the world.
So let me go back to this. So they drew against Galatasaray. They lost to Galatasaray. Then they lost to Bayern twice.
They got 4 points, I believe. I think they got 4 points.
Once, and they won against Copenhagen once.
Yeah, I think they only got 4 points. Yeah, they only got 4 points. 4 points in a group with Copenhagen and Galatasaray. You can't. Okay.
That includes bottling a league.
Was not expecting Copenhagen to do as good as they did. Like, to beat Man United, to get 4 out of 6 possible points against Galatasaray, and to even get a draw at the Allianz Arena. Although, to be fair, that game really should not have been a draw. Bayern should have had at least 1 or 2 penalties. But congratulations to Copenhagen. Yeah, it's not looking good for the knockouts, but we'll get to that later. So, Group B, which is Bayern. Group B, which is Sevilla, Arsenal, PSV, and Lyon.
What do you have?
I'm going for. We're still going from fourth to first. Fourth, I've gone for Lyon. Who have you gone for fourth?
I'm gonna go for. I actually have to say PSV until them.
Ooh, that's interesting. That
almost
really
League One champions. I mean, this was tight.
Yeah.
This was a tight group.
PSV
just missed out.
PSV
and it's actually a good thing that they missed out on the title because let's just go go down to Group F is pretty hard.
PSV. I'm saying they finished third. Or no, wait. Sevilla's in this group. Sevilla finished third.
I'm saying.
I genuinely think that Sevilla are going to finish third. Like, they've
Sevilla
lost Bono. They've lost Bruno. They've lost Montiel. They might even lose Ensiri. Which, I mean, yeah, they have the likes of Rakitic.
It's not looking
Fernando,
good for
Acuna.
whoever wants to sign them right now. Unless it's.
I actually just mentioned Fernando. And you said that Ramos signing for them was unlikely. The fact that I actually mentioned Fernando, okay.
At this point, he was favorited to go to Galatasaray.
Yeah. I pulled off a masterclass with that. Not with the fact that I had Sevilla third, but PSV second.
Saudi.
Masterclass.
Look at the.
But yeah, I genuinely
Still
think
2 weeks left.
I genuinely think Sevilla will finish third.
The transfer window is slamming shut soon.
Yeah.
Except for Saudi.
Arabia.
Saudi Arabia.
All right. You're supposed to be predicting Gunner.
Sevilla third.
Strange that you have Long over Sevilla, given that Long also lost 2 of their best players. Okay. But I mean, they have gone like what? I have severely underestimated Racing Club de Lyon.
Where did they finish?
Promising talent. They almost got second, but lost Louis Openda. Louis Openda. And they've also lost Seko Fofana, who's their captain. To be fair, those are big losses. And Sevilla's not terrible. So actually, no, they are terrible, but they didn't look terrible at the start. Here. I really think that they have a good project going. So for me, I miss out on yet another bonus as Sevilla finished 4th with a very disappointing campaign, only 2 points. Racing Club de Lens got second, or no, not second. They got third. PSV was second. Arsenal first. I get 2 points from that group. So another 2 points. I'm up to 4 points. Connor, meanwhile, only gets 1 point from that group.
From Arsenal.
From literal Arsenal, who were massive favorites and yet somehow lost to Racing Club de Lyon. So,
I genuinely think my predictions are terrible.
do you think? Okay, I think Racing Club de Lens could actually put up a decent fight in the Europa League. And yeah, I severely underestimated them on Racing Club de Lens.
Do you think
you severely underestimated PSV Eindhoven?
But
you know, they've got Luke de Jong. They did lose Xavi Simons, but they do have the likes of Luke de Jong. Why did my brain just forget the entire PSV team?
Jesus Carolina or Lozano?
No. Chucky Lozano, Noah Lang, the Americans, Malik Tillman, and Serginho Dest. Teze, who's been playing really well. So it's not a terrible team. I don't know why I said it's not a terrible team. It's a good team. So, yeah, Arsenal first. Like, they've got the likes of Luke de Jong, Ricardo Pepi, Serginho Dest. Ricardo Pepi as well. They've got a lot of quality. If PSG or Bayern don't snatch them up first, they've got Ibrahim Sangare. They've got the likes... I was mentioning PSG and Bayern. He ended up going to Nottingham Forest.
She's not going the entire rank.
No, there's got Noah Lang as well. And Luke de Jong at PSV has been amazing. So, I've gone for...
I still think they didn't finish last. I said long. It's not even a question who finishes first. Arsenal.
Yeah, Arsenal.
Aaron Ramsdale, Bukayo Saka.
The quality they possess is massive. Like David Raya, Ramsdale. They've got an amazing manager in Mikel Arteta. They've got players like Marcin Kai Havertz, Declan Rice, Alexander Zinchenko, Bukayo Saka. No, Kieran Tierney's at Real Sociedad. Timber, once he recovers from his injury. And, like, they've got a lot of quality in the squad, so.
Robert Holdini.
guarantee
Yeah,
you
don't
was
mind
that
Arsenal. Don't mind Arsenal.
So yeah,
I think Arsenal are going to win this group.
it wasn't targeted towards you.
I think they might drop a couple points, but I think they're still going to finish first.
Drop a couple, might drop a couple
It'll be
points.
interesting to see the.
I was right. PSV Sevilla and Lyon. That was Group C, Napoli, Real Madrid, Braga, and Union Berlin. I know I missed out on a bonus yet again. Yeah.
Yeah, I think out of all of these, Braga doesn't have enough quality, but I think Braga's an underrated side. They topped Sporting. See,
Here I am saying Braga will finish last, and then praising them, saying that they're an underrated side.
This is the average Carson.
I gave myself all the hints, and I believe in the video I even mentioned that Union Berlin had a lack of experience in Europe. I can't remember if I did, but I think I did. And if I did, then I will have just given myself all of the hints, and then literally ran the opposite direction.
That's literally what this guy is.
Sporting Club Portugal.
One of the best teams in history.
Yep, one of the third best teams in Portugal. Braga topped them to get into the Champions League qualifier spot. They managed to get through the Champions League qualifiers. So, but unfortunately, I don't think they will survive this group. I think they will go out last, but they will get some points, maybe some points off the big boys, but I don't see it happening realistically.
Okay, they got close with a couple.
All right, third place, Europa League spot. I've gone for Union Berlin. They've got an amazing squad. One of those they've got Kevin Volland, Brennan Hansen, yes.
One of the most underrated players.
Yeah.
I didn't mention Kevin Behrens.
What about Volland?
Volland I did mention.
Underrated. They got a very underrated squad, but I don't think it's anywhere close to the levels of Napoli and Real Madrid. So.
Again, I didn't even mention Bonucci. I believe he didn't join the club at this point, but Bonucci as well. I'm actually shocked how awful Bonucci has been for Union, and the fact that he's about to run away to Roma in January. I think he should stay and just build on the project, escape that relegation race.
He's trying to ditch him.
Yeah, he's trying to.
He's a ding-dong ditcher.
So,
He's a ding-dong.
So yeah, second. Who are you going for second?
I have Napoli.
I've also gone for Napoli.
All right,
I think
so
Napoli are a very exciting side,
there.
but given that
Osimhen.
given that they've also lost their best defender in Kim and Jay to Bayern, this is
Yeah,
give it
the
to
way you
also known as the commentator's maker. Got Victor Osimhen,
sped up.
starting from the world.
This is goofy. Who else is there?
They've got Piotr Zielinski, Alex Merritt, PSV on loan.
But they do have
Giovanni Lorenzo?
Yeah.
Is that captain?
Mario.
Di Lorenzo. But yeah, they do still have quality left in the squad. Mario Rui. Quality left in the squad.
Watch this person goes on the ability.
But Real Madrid do now have Kepa in goal, so I'm pretty sure you're going to be worried about that.
Don't worry, we have Camavinga. Camavinga. What's that?
You should just clone Camavinga and you should just have your entire team be Camavinga.
exactly. Just clone Camavinga. That'll solve all of your injury problems until Camavinga gets injured.
Don't worry. Oh no, Camavinga's injured. Replace
But yeah.
his kneecaps with Camavinga.
Okay. Kepa hasn't been as bad as I initially thought he would be. He's still a fraud, but he's not as bad as I thought he would be. He's not as much of a fraud as he was
You were
last season at
capping
Chelsea.
on him.
No, until September.
So don't worry.
Well, he's only out for a couple weeks now, but
Don't worry. We have Camavinga.
Eder Militao and Courtois are out for the entire
Don't worry.
season.
We have Camavinga. I just want to say that Camavinga can play center leg. It's not a joke.
Yeah,
Me whenever
we'll
you
do
say,
the Inter Air
bro, me whenever you.
So-
So whenever you said that we had a position that we need to strengthen, the answer Camavinga. I literally just said Camavinga a billion times in one
So
sentence.
we both get 2 points from this. Union, they did fight back at the end. They got a point off Napoli, but they were up against Braga, and they were actually pretty good in that game. I think they deserved the win. I think they deserved the win in that game, but they just couldn't hold on.
As I call him, Schroeder our record.
They couldn't hold on to the lead. They ended up drawing, and they could only get 2 points. They put up a good fight against Real Madrid as well, but Real Madrid they had already secured top of the group, and then Joselu decided to turn into prime R9.
and miss a billion chances in the
No, that was
process.
against I don't know why he turned into prime R9 against Union. Modric even missed a penalty. Kevin Volland had him up 1-0 at halftime. Had Union up 1-0 up at halftime. But Real Madrid, and specifically Joselu, went absolute god mode. So in the end, Union finished last. So we only get 2 points from that group, and we miss out on the bonus as well. And
That is disappointing.
yeah, Union, I was really not expecting them to be in a relegation fight this season, and they've already sacked Urs Fischer. So
You got into Europe for the first time ever.
yeah, this is their first season where they won't have Urs Fischer since getting promoted to the Bundesliga. Well, time to go on to the next.
We will win Group C. Group D, which is Benfica, Inter, RB Salzburg, and Real Sociedad. Last place.
Do you have
I'm going.
Chemistry problem?
Last place, I'm going for RB Salzburg. Salzburg have just lost Benjamin Šiško.
Oh my gosh, in the background, you're still yapping about Camavinga.
It's going to be very hard to replace Šiško.
Still, we don't worry, we have Lunin.
Don't worry. Salzburg does not have Andre Lunin.
No,
He's still talking about Real Madrid for some reason. We're on the Group D. Last place on RB Salzburg. Who are you going for?
Group D, I am going with Salzburg.
All right, third, I've gone for Real Sociedad.
I have Benfica.
What? Anyways,
I actually questioned the decision. Oh my gosh.
Sometimes
Real Sociedad have also
It's almost fine.
Silva.
But they've also gained.
Kieran Tierney, though, but still.
That's why. I really rate Real Sociedad.
Yeah, I think Real Sociedad. I think you're overrating them. Yeah, Real Sociedad third. He's going for Benfica third for some reason. All right, second place. I'm going for Benfica. Benfica may have lost Gonzalo Ramos, but they have Angel Di Maria.
I mean,
They've
he did
still
score.
got Rafa Mir. They've got
He didn't score off the
Lacademos.
corner. He scored a
He's an
corner.
amazing keeper. They've got a lot of good players.
Amazing keeper.
So I
He's been an
think they'll
absolute
still be
fraud
able to
in
finish
Champions
second. They've got a good man.
The only reason why Benfica finished third and not last is because Salzburg are absolute frauds. So you actually get 1 more point than me. I was only able to get 2 points.
Wait, who did I say for second place?
Sociedad.
You know what?
Wait.
I actually may have questioned Inter. I think I questioned Inter.
Oh no, wait, why did I say 2 points? I only got 1 point. Because it ended with Salzburg in last, which I got correct. Benfica in last, which you got correct. And actually, we both
You said last.
got Salzburg last. Oh no, Benfica third.
God,
You know what I meant.
You're the type of person who questioned a genius decision.
And then it was Inter second and Sociedad first. So,
my genius with the Benfica pick. I feel like a lot of people are saying Sociedad's gonna get grouped.
I could only get Salzburg last because they are absolute frauds, but, okay, Salzburg aren't actually that bad, but, you know, they're
They just formed their league.
frauds.
That's
Absolute
how
frauds. And I hope they get liquidated in the next week.
Manager too. So yeah, I think they finished second. And then of course that leaves Inter Milan at the top with Simeone Inzaghi, who personally I think he was better. I think he was a better manager than Pep.
I still think
I don't think Pep would have gone to the Champions League final with Inter.
I agree with that. I agree with my past self.
And I think if Inzaghi had the Man City team, he would have done what Man City did last season. I think
Pep's
still
a
would
fraud.
I think, yeah,
That one City
All
fan
frauds
that
strikes
wanted to
again.
watch us.
And I'm right. He is a fraud.
yeah, I think Simeone and Zaghi honestly deserve
Fucking you, City fans. He's
Manager
being
of
a
the year.
fraud.
Yeah.
more than
They're somehow only 5 points off first place with a
It
game
is
in
what
hand,
it is.
despite
It
having
is what it is.
two wins in the last 7 games.
They've also got a lot of quality in Lautaro Martinez, Marcus Thuram, Alexis Sanchez is still kind of decent.
Okay, you all underestimated Marcus Thuram. He has been amazing.
I don't think I
And Alexis Sanchez has actually not been terrible. So,
Fall asleep, bro. Who do they have playing in goal? Jan Zomer?
Jan Zomer. And then no backup option. No good backup option.
Smir Handanovic?
Handanovic is a free agent.
Oh,
no,
yeah.
he retired actually.
Who the backup option?
Alduro.
They just deleted all their keepers,
Emil
man.
Alduro was their backup keeper.
Why did they even sell Onana for that cheap?
I have no clue. But anyways,
not even cheap. They didn't
and
even
then they
sell
of
it for
course
cheap.
have
like
Alessandro
current standings.
Bastoni,
Inter pulled off a
Benjamin
masterpiece.
Pavard, Michael Dumfries.
Okay, I'm gonna skip here.
Well, at least Roma don't have DeMarco, so they don't have this one. Europa League final and it's DeMarco. No, DeMarco. Oh my God, it's locked in.
Anyways, now we're in the bottom half. Feyenoord, Atletico Madrid, Lazio, and Celtic in Group E.
Oh, that shit cool.
Who are you going for?
Last place, I have Celtic.
Of
Yes,
course,
obviously.
Celtic.
But it's Celtic.
It's not obvious.
They could only get 1 point from a very interesting game actually against Atletico Madrid. Atleti were very lucky to get a draw in that game, but still, Celtic then followed that up by getting smacked. 6-0.
I don't know what to think of these
They beat
predictions.
Feyenoord on the final day, so they actually got 4 points.
You know what? I think my goal
They've got
is
Brendan
50
Rodgers.
points. Possibly.
So they lost Jota, Talatiad, and they were already miles behind the other 3. So, yeah, Celtic. I don't think they're going to scrape a single point out.
No, I think
They
they
ended up
could.
with
At home against
third place.
They actually beat Feyenoord, not at home, but away.
has to be Feyenoord, man.
You went with Feyenoord third.
Yeah, Feyenoord.
We both went
It's
Feyenoord
not-
third. Okay, we're on track for something. I think that I actually got the bonus. I can't remember, but I have a feeling. I got
It's not
this
even
one
close
correct.
until you get to the top 2, right?
I disagree
Yeah.
with.
Actually,
what
I
you
think
said
this is a very simple
You
group
agreed with me at the start.
to predict.
there. Yeah. I said it was a simple group, but it was actually quite.
Knowing Atletico Madrid last time they got a pretty easy group, they finished last.
Yeah, second place, I'm going for Lazio.
Boom!
Like, sure they have.
I have Atletico.
Get in! And he went for Atletico Madrid. Atletico Madrid were absolutely dominant in that group.
And I think you guys all know who finished first in our predictions. That because there's gotta be a way.
So I do get the bonus there.
Very underrated
He takes the 2-point
striker in Joey Immobile, but they've also just lost
3 points.
Sergei
Immobile.
Milinkovic-Savic, who was one of the best midfielders in Serie A.
SMS was probably what Lazio needed. Immobile was honestly quite terrible all campaign, but he did manage to clutch up against Celtic. Literal Celtic.
Last season.
I have it being Atletico de Madrid.
That's really gonna hurt Lazio's.
But I feel like Atletico de Madrid don't really have some good European runs. Like last year, they
I think they made it to the final twice.
Carson
They made it to the final twice. And
recently.
then after that, got to
Semifinals in
semifinal.
2017.
Recently, they haven't
Quarterfinals in 2020.
as good previously.
They're consistent. They are consistent.
Yes, they're consistent.
All you're thinking of is this last season where they got grouped. That
They're
is
getting better.
In a really easy group.
They're getting
Yes,
better. I
that
could see
is a
Atletico Madrid
standout.
getting to the semifinals or final.
It's an
again.
absolute L.
It's a standout. Yeah, because that's when Griezmann was absolute garbage. And then in the second
I
half, he
feel
turned
like-
it around. Second half of the season.
It's a standout
Not
that
a standout. I said the wrong word there. It's fluke. That was a fluke.
it's just one bad performance. It doesn't mean they are bad in Europe. They're very consistent in Europe. So I think they will finish first in the group, especially that they got now in form Antoine Griezmann.
Yeah. Griezmann and Morata in form.
Which I mean, yeah, a
Deadly.
striking duo of Memphis Depay and Alvaro Morata is not necessarily the most ideal thing ever, but
I was actually mentioning that Alvaro Morata wasn't the best, and now he's been one of the best strikers in the world. So
You can shut
hats off to you, Morata.
Depay showed his class for the Netherlands at the World Cup.
Yeah, Depay.
Morata,
Didn't
He's
show his
class.
he kind of did. I think as long as Morata keeps himself on side, I think he'll
And
be fine.
he's found out this season how to keep himself on side. He's been an absolute machine.
Keeping Morata outside is like trying to find a needle in the haystack.
Yes.
It's not like
Yeah,
Banner's
there's
outside.
also the likes of Cesar Azpilicueta,
Okay, he hasn't really been starting as much this season.
of course, Savic, Stefan Savic.
Yes, of course, class.
Midfielders like Rodrigo De Paul,
Rodrigo De Paul,
Koke.
Messi's bodyguard. Koke is not.
potentially, they've got Nahuel Molina.
I didn't even mention one of their most underrated players this season, Saul. Saul has actually been quite good this season.
Carrasco. They've got a good squad.
I mentioned Carrasco. He went to Al Shabaab.
And I think they can win the group. Simply because of the loss of Milinkovic Savic. If Milinkovic Savic was still at Lazio, I would have said Lazio first.
Yes, Milinkovic Savic is a very underrated player.
Losing him for that cheap
Yes, he was
is a massive L
extremely cheap.
for Lazio.
Lazio.
Well, I mean, Lazio do have an L in their name, but
Lazio have taken a bigger
Group
L.
F, which is going to be the hardest to predict.
Yeah, it's not looking good for us.
Oh gosh.
Oh boy.
Oh.
I'm terrified for this.
Fourth, I'm gonna go with Newcastle.
Okay, I actually got that correct.
All right, hear me out. I think they're gonna be entirely focused on the league. I don't think they're gonna care about
They're
Europe,
currently ninth
and I
in the
think they're
Premier
gonna
League.
drop out early, especially now that they've got Man City in round 3 of the Carabao Cup. I think
They actually
they're
beat
going
Man
to just
City.
abandon
And then they
other
completely,
competitions
they
and just focus
completely
everything
bottled
into the
against
Premier League.
Chelsea.
So I'm gonna say
Another ninth in the league.
Newcastle.
Actual ninth
Last.
place
Which,
in the Premier
by
League.
the way,
Why people are talking about
who is making their schedule? Whoever's making Newcastle's schedule just
The
hates them.
start of their season, they had a very
Like, their
difficult
first
schedule.
3 matches are Aston Villa in the Premier League, Aston Villa,
Which
Which they
Man
won
City
5-1.
away,
Which
and
they did lose
Liverpool.
1-0, and they lost 2-1
Which-
because they completely
And then
bottled
they've got
it.
Brighton, which
Yes.
is not necessarily
Brighton, they
the
lost
hardest
3-1.
of matches, but it's still
Evan Ferguson hat trick.
not as easy as you might think.
Didn't they play that Nottingham Forest game?
And then of course they get Man City in the first round of the Carabao
And
Cup.
again, they
which they're
actually
in.
beat Man City 1-0.
So, yeah, and then of course they get this monster group.
Yeah.
If there's one group which I have to predict that I'm gonna get the worst predictions for, this is the one.
And I'm currently
This can go
actually leading.
either way.
1-0.
This can finish.
I'm beating this.
If this finished just
Vamos!
the complete opposite way around, I would not be surprised.
Except for Newcastle.
It
though.
could.
Yeah,
It
who
really
are
could.
you going for in last place?
I'm gonna say Dortmund.
They topped the group.
Good
That
Dortmund.
is a disaster. I know I wasn't much better. I think I had Dortmund third.
You had PSG first.
Yeah,
I don't
good
think we
point
got
there.
any points from
I'm gonna
to be
say
honest.
third place, Borussia Dortmund.
Oh,
Third place, Newcastle.
third you had
Yeah,
Newcastle, so we both had Milan and PSG going through.
Yeah.
And then I have PSG. And
Second,
PSG in second.
I've gone
Hold on.
for
If you actually got
Milan. Mbappe is the X factor in this group. Simply because, okay,
Mbappe
given that Mbappe's
ghosted.
on PSG, X factors don't always make a difference, but when it's this narrow, it is going to make a difference. So I think
Yeah,
Mbappe is going to be the difference. So PSG top of the group, Milan finished second. But
Milan looked good at the
watch
start
out
of the
for
season.
Pulisic. He's already scored
Especially
in his
Pulisic.
first 2 Serie A matches and gotten man of the match in his debut match. His debut
So
Serie A
I had
game.
PSG second.
So
and scored against Real Madrid in a friendly.
yeah, he scored against, or no, assisted against Real Madrid
His debut.
in a friendly. So, yeah.
So
All right, group
PSG
G,
second, and I have
which is
AC for
Man City,
Okay.
and then who cares?
Man City and then
In
who
Man
cares?
City's perspective, it's just Group G is Man City, 6 points, 6 points, 6 points. I'm gonna say bottom.
maybe not.
I'm actually gonna say,
Yeah. That's
this
literally
is a flip of a coin between
flip
Red
of a
Star
coin between
and
Cervana
Young
and
Boys.
I
Space.
think it's gonna be.
I'm gonna say it's Young Boys last.
I'm gonna say Young Boys too.
Europa League, I'm gonna say Cervana Zvezda.
Yeah, Cervana Space.
Also,
They were
Red
just
Star
weren't good
Belgrade.
enough.
Second is Leipzig, and I think
But
that
obviously
Man
we
City
got
are
the
going to
top
go 6 for 6. in this
6
group.
for
Or
6.
maybe like
we were
5.
correct
Man
about
City
that.
are going to make this group look like a piece of cake.
Bro, if they
Yeah.
got
They are
against
going to
like
eat
only
this group
3
alive.
games,
Yes.
they would still go. They would find a way to go 6 for 6
They
with
did not.
3 games in the
Yeah,
group.
they were down
Yeah.
2-0 at halftime at the Etihad.
Like,
That's how
Man City
Honda really went to the Etihad and made Ederson look like Andre
Group
Onana.
Look like
is
the fraud he
Barcelona,
is.
Porto, Shakhtar Donetsk, Antwerp. Last, I'm going for Antwerp.
That's one correct.
Yep, sorry, Dutch champions. Dutch champion.
The greatest Dutch team in the world. The greatest Dutch team in the world. Royal Antwerp.
Yeah, I need to leave before I.
You just offended so many Belgians.
Royal Antwerp. The greatest
This is the
Dutch
second
team.
time that I'm kicking you off the show. All right.
But no,
Last
seriously,
place,
just
Belgian
a quick
champions, Antwerp.
I have Ukrainian champions finishing 3rd.
Yeah, Ukrainian champions 3rd. Porto is about to lose Mehdi Taremi to Milan, so
It's not even good a
No,
question.
he actually
and they've already lost
ended
to
up
Tavio.
staying. He actually ended up staying. And
So I think both of us went for got it perfect.
he's actually about to join Inter on a free. He might be joining Inter on a free.
You know.
To Al Nasser, but
But
I still think Porto is going to finish second. And then first is, of course, Barcelona.
so yeah, we get that bonus.
They're going to walk the group.
They didn't actually walk it. They barely scraped by, and they would have finished second had Anthony Taylor not pulled an absolute masterclass. Barcelona's greatest player in that 1-0 win over Shakhtar was Anthony Taylor. That was a game that Shakhtar really should have gotten at least a point. Or no, not Shakhtar, Porto. The 1-0 win against Porto. That was a clear handball from Joao Cancelo. And they called it as a free kick to Barcelona because it supposedly was a handball by Steven Eustachio. It hit his shoulder. His shoulder. It hit Eustachio's shoulder. So, should have been a penalty. And in a situation like that, like, are you really going to say that Taremi is going to miss a penalty against a very underwhelming Ter Stegen this season? So, yeah, in the end, I got 19 points. Connor got 16. I surpassed my expectations. I was hoping for at least 15. I got more than that, barely.
Now Now the round of 16.
Now for the round of 16. And let's start with second place in Alright. Let's start with second place in Group H. Porto against first in Group B, Arsenal. Most people are completely writing off Porto, but Porto really have been very good this season. In the Champions League, they've been good. They put up fights twice against Barcelona. They just got really unlucky. And in the league, not so much, but they've got a good team. You know, Mehdi Taremi, he's been good, of course. Evan Nielsen, who has 4 goals, I believe. I think they have another one with 4 goals. I think it's like Galeno has 4 goals, or maybe 3 goals. Galeno has 4 goals, yeah. So, they are against Arsenal. Arsenal's got Gabriel Jesus, who has 4 goals. Bukayo Saka has 4 assists and 3 goals. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, Galeno also has 4 assists, so he has 8 goal contributions. Which is more than both Harry Kane, Jude Bellingham, and Bukayo Saka. And I believe Erling Haaland as well. Porto, I would not be surprised if they win the first leg. I wouldn't be surprised if Porto advance. But they are facing Arsenal. Arsenal currently just completely bottled to West Ham earlier today, as I'm filming this, or recording this on Wednesday, filming.
We're going live. It's live.
Yeah, Declan Rice has been very good. Odegaard has been good. Saka's been good. Jesus in the Champions League has been very good. Martinelli has been amazing. Yeah, Saliba's also been just as good as he was last season. Maybe even better. This is a close one, you know. I'm gonna go with a 2-2 draw in the first leg. Very cagey game. In the second leg, it's gonna be narrow. Very narrow 1-0 win to Arsenal. 3-2 on aggregate for Arsenal. Arsenal will advance.
I would say what portion of this to win at home.
Yes.
I think they're going to do with a 3-2 win.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if they win the first leg and then end up advancing. I wouldn't be surprised, honestly. What are you going for the second leg?
I would say the pressure gets to Arsenal. They miss a big chance. And into the nil draw.
0-0 draw. Oh. Porto advance. Oh. Okay.
If I what? When we watch this video back, please, for the love of God, please don't make it.
Okay. So next we got second in Group C, Napoli against first in Group H, Barcelona. This last season would have been a massive match. Last season, this I think would have been the biggest one. This season, both have been out of form. Napoli just hasn't been as good. Barcelona have been absolute frauds this season. And yet their fans still somehow think they're going to win the Champions League.
I'm telling you.
I don't know.
They're going to win the Champions League.
Yeah, I don't know how they actually think
Terrible.
that Barcelona is going to win the Champions League. That's besides the point. First leg. This is going to be a match
First
that
leg
goes
in Naples.
First leg in Napoli is going to be an absolute thriller. 2-all, end to end. I'm going for literally 2-all in the first leg twice in a row. But yeah, 2-all, end to end. Thriller. Second leg is going to be just like the first one, but Barcelona will come out on top narrowly. 2-1. Barcelona advance to the next round.
I'm gonna say first
Get
leg,
to the point.
2-1 to Napoli.
2-1 Napoli.
Kvaratskhelia masterclass.
He scored 6 goals in 2020.
I'm saying
As a left winger, has only scored. Okay, stop going step by step. You
two
actually.
penalties, and I'm gonna say Napoli advance on penalties.
You didn't mention a single scoreline, and you were mentioning random things like Lewandowski scoring. Like, dude, I do not care. Get to the point.
And 2-1.
1-0, 2-1.
Adds up to 2-2, which sounds like penalties.
2-all penalties. Napoli advance on penalties. Okay. Next, second in Group F, Paris Saint-Germain against first in Group D, Real Sociedad.
First leg in Paris.
PSG have not looked
The
good
weirdest
at
thing I've
all.
heard considering the fact that
I was really hoping for PSG to draw Bayern,
looking at these guys,
but Sociedad, I still think they're gonna struggle here. First leg 1-1, KG game in both legs. Second leg, Sociedad masterclass. It's gonna be 1-0, and it's gonna be 2-1 on aggregate. Sociedad advanced to the round of 16. Or no, not to the round of 16. The quarterfinals. I don't know why I said
I'm
round
gonna
of
have to agree with you that they're completely.
entirely including good scorelines.
Yeah.
Next match, Inter Milan, second in Group D somehow, against Atletico Madrid, first in Group E. What a match! This is the one to watch. And this could go either way, honestly. I think in the first leg at the San Siro, it's going to be close. Because Atleti are going to want to keep it close. I could see this being a massive win for Inter, though. Because I think there's a possibility that Inter exploit Atleti. But I don't think that's happening. I'm actually going to go for 1-1. And in the second leg, Atleti do what Atleti do best. And they win 1-0.
I'm gonna say Atleti enter bad form right before the round of 16. They
You
lose
really think that's going to happen?
3-1 in the first leg. Then they're gonna gain back form. But they're gonna put up a fight. It's just not gonna be enough. 2-1. To Atleti.
So, 4-2 on aggregate. Or no, 4-3 on aggregate. Yeah, 4-3 on aggregate. That is an interesting thing. The fact that you think they're going to go into bad form before the round of 16. Okay, that's the most random thing I've ever heard, and such a strange one. Next up, second in Group B, PSV Eindhoven against first in Group F, Borussia Dortmund. This could be a very entertaining fixture to watch back.
Dortmund is the weirdest team ever. You cannot predict German teams.
I'm actually going to go for a 2-0 win in the first leg for PSV. Second leg is going to be closer. But the fact that Edin Terzic is a fraud, it's going to show. And they are going to win, but only 2-1. And PSV advanced 3-2 on aggregate.
Okay, I'm gonna say.
Although I could see Dortmund advancing here. I just
2-1.
think Edin Terzic is a fraud.
Double 2-1.
Double 2-1 for
PSV and Dortmund. Both good. In the first leg, 2-1.
okay. So
First
3-3
leg.
on aggregate. Dude, I actually
And
Get to the point.
penalties, Dortmund.
on penalties Dortmund. Okay. Next we've got second in Group E, Lazio against first in Group A, Bayern. This is not even going to be close. First leg, 2-1 Bayern. Second leg, 3-0 Bayern. Harry Kane is going to make Romagnoli look like Victor Lindelof.
Okay, first leg, 3-0 Bayern. Second leg, 4-0 Bayern.
You're actually going 7
No, 4-1.
I'm not going to write 7-1. Okay. I don't think Tuchel's going to destroy teams that much. Like, come on. It's Bayern under Tuchel. Like,
Oh, have you seen the Darmstadt match before?
oh, yeah, the Darmstadt game. Okay. To be fair, we also beat Bochum 7-0. But do you think we're actually going to beat... Actually,
Yes.
no. We beat Dortmund 4-0 as well. Okay, now that I'm thinking about it, we actually did destroy teams quite a bit. But, I mean, we farmed Schalke last season. Thomas Müller made Schalke look like San Marino. And Kimmich slept while taking a penalty, but unlike John Terry, he actually scored. I'm getting into a tangent here. Such an odd tangent. So, yeah, 5-1 in aggregate to Bayern. No disrespect to Lazio, they've just been awful, especially in the Serie A where they're currently 9th. And they've just been awful. Maurizio Sarri, he's a good tactician, but the fact is that he lets teams press him. And when you do that against this Bayern team with Harry Kane up top, it is not going to work. It is actually going to help Bayern when you let them press you. So, they're going to get destroyed. I'm actually going for a Harry Kane hat-trick in the second leg. So, what are you going? Oh, yeah, I already asked you. Next match. Now, this was a really unfortunate one that it ended up being this game instead of something different. I was hoping for a better draw for Copenhagen, but it's second in Group A, FC Copenhagen against first in Group G, Manchester City. Man City have been awful this season. Copenhagen have been the surprise team in the Champions League. There's a massive gap between these two teams. However, the Parken Stadium is a very difficult place to travel to when you're trying to win.
Including
I think...
Man City's record away.
Yeah, I'm saying it. 1-0 win for Copenhagen in the first leg.
Definitely
Now,
possible.
what I think they're going to do is I think they're going to play like they did at the Allianz. Like, extremely defensive. But it's just not going to work like it did against Bayern. Because in Bayern's case, they were already through top of the group. In the case of Man City, however, they will be 1-0 down on aggregate. And they will be out for a vengeance. They will win 3-0 in the second leg. And it's going to be a comfortable... Oh, not comfortable, but it's going to be a 3-1 win on aggregate for Man City. What are you going for, Tom? And I swear, if you have Copenhagen advancing, I will banish you to the shadow realm, like what Gabriel Jesus did to Diogo Dalot. 1-0 for who in the first leg?
Copenhagen. I was saying.
Just like I did.
Copenhagen's gonna put up a huge fight against City.
Yes, they definitely will put up a fight.
I'm gonna say
At the Etihad.
it's gonna be 2-0 late on, and then Copenhagen's gonna get that goal they've been waiting for. 2-1 goes to penalties. I just don't think they have the depth enough.
The ability.
Yeah.
Like, they just don't have the
I'm saying City win on
ability
penalties.
to do it. You have this going to penalties. That's interesting. And then finally, second in Group G, RB Leipzig against first in Group C, Real Madrid. Now, RB Leipzig, they've been decent this season. They haven't been amazing. They've been really inconsistent.
Real Madrid.
They haven't been terrible though. Real Madrid, on the other hand, they are top of the league. But they've looked really inconsistent. They've been scraping a lot of wins. And they did also get absolutely smashed by Atletico Madrid. Alvaro Morata producing an absolute masterclass and even celebrating both of his goals.
Strike.
Yeah, you let him leave. You let him leave twice. So, because you banished him to Juve, then you brought him back, and then you banished him to Chelsea. So, yeah. So, anyways, but Real Madrid have had such a massive injury crisis. You know, Courtois is out for the season. Eder Militao's out for the season. Alaba is out for the season. And then other minor injuries as well. Like the fact that Arda Güler has not even been able to make his debut for Real Madrid due to injuries, that's got to be saying something. Real Madrid have to sign a center back in the January transfer window, and they need to immediately. I'm going to actually say it. Leipzig produced a dominant display at home. 2-1 win. Real Madrid's injury crisis, it's going to go. They're going to get smacked in that first leg. But Leipzig's inconsistency will haunt them in the second leg as Real Madrid's comeback energy. Yeah. I think they're even going to be down 2-0 at one point in the first leg, Real Madrid. The second leg's going to be 3-0 for Real Madrid.
1-0.
Very.
I have the first leg being 1-0. Leipzig. I think
Leipzig
they're gonna
just.
lose. Then you can't deal with the new sending of. I think it's gonna be a
Yes.
thrashing 4-0.
4-0.
At
At the Red Bull Arena. Or no, at the it's the first leg's at the Red Bull Arena. Yeah, I think Real Madrid are going to dominate in the second leg, 4-1 aggregate. But do not expect this Real Madrid team to go far in the Champions League. The injury crisis is too much.
Okay.
So, I'll see how poorly these predictions age after the round of 16.
Or good.
See you guys in March.